Alright, so let us begin a new week of adventure. Hopefully Adam will join us in near future, maybe in some few minutes. So last time it was 2 weeks ago. A week ago there was no session because something. Yeah, because I was away. So quickly say to Zach what was happening 2 weeks ago. On one hand, now you have additional ally called Oviv. He's a mature adult gold dragon. On another, and also you've met the elder eternal, the force of nature golden dragon that lives in Dragon's Mountain. On another, dear God, Genshiro and Lysander went to Isena, Ember Forest, and used your flying castle to save as many elves, almost all of the elves living there, from incoming forces, like some armies of renegade generals of Azure Empire because of the whole civil war, and some fools who activated some very old, powerful, ancient nature magic that in this case summoned like 2 or 3 Titan-like versions of like elementals. So basically, the entire a large portion of Ember Forest, Isena, and possibly like border regions of Azure Empire, some of you seen them, are pretty much fucked up. So I think that's basically what happened. And I think I asked the party and you are okay with this to make like your characters have some downtime, like 1 or 2 days of downtime to rest, figure shit out, maybe buy some stuff, gather information. For role-playing purposes, we are saying that, I am saying as a DM that Genshiro currently is away. He went to visit. Really? You only have 5G?
I've only had 5 gold for oh so long.
You held on to them for so long.
Wow.
They're almost precious to you by now.
Okay. Interesting.
I bought something. It's because I got to the goggles of dark vision made by what's his face. Or dark sight goggles made by
Vulcan, the Titan guy, the Titan crafter.
No, I had Jai make him.
Jai, okay. Yeah, I forget some stuff too, so don't worry. Okay, so as I was saying, we are currently assuming that Genshiro went away to check on Mr. Thaddeus the carpenter and his crew working on his sanctuary that will be completed somewhere on the Dragon Island. So that's what he's doing. Lysander, for now until he arrives, we will assume that he's still working in the library looking for some stuff.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if the 2 things that I have prepared for sure today won't be an overkill for your party, but we shall see.
Overkill in that we slaughter them or that they slaughter us?
The latter case.
Of course.
Although in one scenario I will probably have a chance to give you some support, unless your characters just straight rush in without any preparation. You kinda do that sort of thing.
Yes.
Quite often.
Yes, you do
After
that.
after us two-shot at your lich, you never wanted to let us fight anything under our level.
Well,
Well, we
yeah.
do, but it's just at that moment we just overpower the ever-living shit out of them, and we just do Rule of Cool.
If it's what I think it is, then it's technically CR.
No. I mean, okay, that was
It's not that?
the thing. That was the thing. The other one might be possible, especially with Alvi. Never mind now. For now, let's deal with Endif, and because during all this time he was sitting closed in a library reading through some stuff. So we will begin.
Oh, but that's what he wants us to believe. What we know he was doing, he was just either silently crying in the corner for killing his father, or just masturbating in the corner for killing his father.
Why not both?
Oh my god,
God
the
damn it.
mental image.
Use those tears as lubrication.
For forcing your DM to use brain bleach, you get one negative permanent level.
Oh
I
dear.
used my 5 golden swords to intimidate a cleric to cast restoration on me.
He still hasn't. He's still crying and still dick in his hand.
Those swords.
Oh my god.
I have a sword.
Just
Fucking hell, let's get out of here before the DM kills us all. We can wonder what the hell happened last.
I have my own breath attack. It just takes a while.
No, I
to
mean
load.
You know what? This is the clear sign that Martin is tired, because I think where
so sorry.
Martin is tired, he just makes up the craziest shit. Like
I'm so sorry.
like
He does that normally.
he's after marathon of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh god.
Still, and if I still didn't figure out anything like bad that can happen to you, so we'll do it this way. Please give me not one, not two, not three, but several different rolls, and I will tell you how many in a moment.
And if
for-
it's a will save,
No. For
actually,
now,
if it's a save, is it evil and or mind affecting? Because some of these books may very well be evil and mind affecting.
maybe some of them, maybe not. Depends on which books you will
No,
be
they're
looking.
good and try to eat your face.
Okay, for now, question, does Endif... never mind. Give me, for now, 10 skill checks, linguistics. Because some of the books, even if you know the language, they can be written in such a way that you need to decipher them or something like that. There is no specific DC, I will just look at the results.
Add 3 to each of those.
Okay. 13,
12.
20.
13, 20, 10.
Okay. Now. Okay.
You were pretty lucky on those rolls.
Okay, give me. 7 will saves. Do not apply any bonuses, I will tell you in a moment. Like, let's see what the rolls on D20 will be.
Let's see. I just tried to whisper 70-20.
Why whisper? Just roll it.
I typed W instead of
Okay.
R.
Okay.
My base bonus to will is 13.
Okay.
You had 1 below 10. 1 below 10.
Yeah. As I mentioned, if there's bad stuff in the books, the starting DC is 25 and it goes only higher from there.
So he failed 1 will save in that case.
Potentially, depends of what I will think about. And give me 3 fortitude saves.
This is the part where the books try to eat you.
Not necessarily, but books can be protected by, for example, each page is covered in thick layer of poison.
Each one of those adds 12.
Okay.
They're technically 15. In a way, they're all 15.
Okay. The only reason why there are no more rolls is that...
I'm dead?
That's exactly what
No,
happened.
because it takes... For fuck's sake. It takes time to read through the books, and not that much time has passed, so... And also, in some cases, you didn't succeed in linguistics check, so
I
you
only
just...
have my bonus from intelligence.
So you just didn't maybe understand the text, so nothing bad happened. So now, give me a moment to think about it, like what informations you could have got, what bad stuff might have happened, if any. In the meantime, Alti and Jai, like if you want, you can talk about like how do you spend your downtime if you are not saving the world or destroying evil.
I'm hanging out with Ovith and occasionally casting black tentacles on Audi.
I'm teleporting away from black tentacles and just sitting there chilling. Which is why you had so low bonus, Zach.
Given that I probably passed a decent number of them with only a +3. It means with that intelligence, I probably was just like, yeah, I don't know what that actually means, but I can read it anyways.
You like that totally means that and that and that, and you were right every time.
I pulled up Google.
Good thing
Google
you're not...
Translate.
Google Translator is a piece of shit. Unless you are single words, okay, but full sentences, lol, nope.
Yep.
It's still better than me trying to speak Chinese, but you know.
Yeah, sorry, I still need to think about Endiv's thing, so I will for a moment stick with Giant Oviv. So yeah, as you are spending like time with him and like talk about some stuff, maybe train with casting spells, maybe sparring, like have you introduced him to your friend? Meaning Ego?
Ego? Yeah, totally. I would actually say when we're talking and sparring, like, so, considering it was a duel, I went easy on you. And I chuckle.
Like he raises an eyebrow. Really? Pray do tell what ace you had up on your sleeve that you couldn't use.
Giant, 6-armed, 4-legged dude walks into the room. Like, oh, that's Ego, he's my partner. We tend to fight together. That's how we fight best.
He looks at him up and down, gets closer, sniffs. Peculiar creature. When you say partner, what do you mean exactly by that?
We fight together. Brothers in arms, I guess you can say.
But he's not your blood brother, isn't he?
He is not. You can be brothers in arms without being blood brothers.
If he's...
Granted, he is stronger than I am, considering everything.
Oh.
Knowledge about Eidolons, would that be Arcana?
Arcana, yeah.
He probably knows about them. Oh yeah, he like takes another good sniff and of course, Eidolon you mean. So you are a summoner.
I am. Which is why I said I couldn't use half of my strength. Well, 3/4 of my strength. Kind of looks up at Ego. Considering that he is most of my strength.
Out of nowhere. 1/10, you mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Black tentacles!
Pretty much, yeah. It's like suddenly all around you. I cast it like 6 times.
Fuck you!
Like he chuckles. I see you do not get bored of this.
I can never get bored out of harming Audi.
Understandable.
You mean trying?
And like he says as he uh, like nods respectfully to Ego, well, I hope that when all of this madness and chaos will end and we will succeed in our mission, or hopefully not die trying, I'd like to try against him some other time. If you are saying that he's the one, like in your duo, he's the one that holds most of the power in your fights.
Most of the time. We work best as a team, but granted you are but one. We would be two.
Yes, I understand. This is a good thing to have a backup to be called in so easily. Yet,
considering the rest of my group mates, except for the elf, most of them are pretty useless. So it tends to happen that most of the time it's me and Ego doing all the work. Considering we have a psychopathic murderer, a annoying ass dwarf. Oh, and I forgot about the fox. The fox is actually pretty good to be around.
Yes. I understand your opinions, but I will probably make my own when I see them in battle, assuming we will have one. Like sometime, like in the meantime, maybe previously on previous talks, he wondered like, how old are you as a dragon? Like, is he like older than you in dragons terms? No, not dragons.
Ovith is yes. Ovith is older than me.
Okay. So of course, in a tone of pride, he says, "I respect." Like he says that respects your way of fighting, and definitely knows with 45 he heard stories and knows that Eidolons are great tools of war and battle. But as a fellow dragon to other dragon and as a fellow warrior, consider this as a friendly tip, warning. It's a good thing that you have someone to rely on, like Ego, that can help you, but remember that anything can happen with the enemies that we might be facing, and you might find yourself in a situation that you won't be able to rely on him. That you will need to rely on your own power.
I'm not sure whether you saw me fight. I think you might have, had some electricity in your eyes while it happened, but I can handle myself, thank you very much.
Resist urge to make puns. No.
Besides, now there's two of us. He grins.
Yes, there's a truth to this statement. And because this is basically the clue of the matter that he wanted, and I as a DM wanted to say as him, so you might continue doing small talk, and we might switch to somebody else. Like Oti, do you do anything specific apart from pissing off Jai and getting black tentacled?
Oti really likes those tentacles.
Yep.
Oh dear God.
No, they're more of an extra.
It's why she keeps poking the bear. She just hasn't seen enough hentai yet.
No, they're just an extra to the fun thing of looking at Jai's face whenever he realizes what she says. But
I think
no,
at that point, it's every time you say it, there's just suddenly black tentacles. Not even a face.
yeah, so sooner or later I will trick you and like say you're doing really good, and then black tentacles everywhere. I do. Just realize what you just said.
It's like every time you open your mouth, just automatically black tentacles appear.
Oh God. No, really? Nothing?
There's not really much for me to do. It's like just me around here. Like Zack's clown and crying while Jai is talking with his dragon, but there's nowhere really here for me to talk with or anything, so I just sit alone with my thoughts most of the time.
You sit alone with your tentacles. Okay.
No. I'm afraid I'm a bit getting better at dodging them.
Okay, you might tell yourself that you are good at dodging, but the truth might be slightly different. Who knows? Okay, so going back to Endiv, I already have good scene in mind on that failed fortitude save. But for now, let's see. Let me tell you what kind of information you have gotten, because yeah, the books that you've inserted keyword like Godhood, Ascension, and something. So there was quite a few of them. One or two were completely worthless because they were just like written down by completely mundane mortal people that gathered all types of completely ridiculous myths, legends, and whatnot. Nothing of value, like only stories, not methods and actual like instructions how to get ascended to godhood. Some of them were, as I mentioned, encrypted and like in some very probably in language that you've known or Lysander knows, but you know, written in such a way that you had to spend time with like encrypted. Some of them were also protected in other ways. You only know that because you succeeded on most of the will saves. That usually there was like in the text there was like sentences that when read, and unless you didn't want to miss something, you were reading everything word after word. So there are like typical spells to like wipe the memory, like mind blank, so that whatever you have read for past hours was, you know, gone. Some spells that completely like changed, like okay, you've completed the book and yeah, you say yeah, that book was shit, nothing good, because the spell changed like informations in your head, making you think that
Now, would we know that the books would do this?
yes, I mean you know that because it didn't work on you, so
Oh.
you realized how this spell works after it failed on you.
After that starts happening, I'm going to start taking notes as I'm reading it.
That makes sense.
It's like, oh, my mind blanked. Look at my notes. There's all this information.
Okay.
That's a pretty good way to avoid the spell, to be honest. Of course, you have to remember to make notes, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there could have been like different variety of spells.
Yeah,
Spells that
I imagine there's
usually
other ways to
focusing
stop
on mind affecting you and like making hallucinations, suggestions, and all of that jazz. That's in case of text and magic. Also, some books are protected in a way that you had to be very careful because some pages were layered in. You kind of realize that some pages were layered in poison, so, and maybe like how to say that? Possibly the strangest example when you were reading through books was that, and this was really strange book, but probably one of the most dangerous and but also informative. Like the cover was made from, you don't know if this was human skin, but on the touch it felt alive, and on the edge of the cover there was like a tooths or nails or something that they were slightly moving, so if you put your hand too close they try to like stab you or something. But also like pages inside, some parts of them were coated in poison, and also some pages when you just open the book on that page, something akin to a swarm, like sprawled through from the pages. That was possibly one of the most like strange examples of defense mechanism. I don't know if you understand what I said. Like, you open the book, it was completely like blank, nothing in there, but suddenly from the pages itself, there was like a swarm of very strange, dark like insects.
Makes sense.
More horrible
But
things released.
somehow you dealt with them.
Awesome.
EA, he called in Joy and he ate them
Yeah,
all.
but there was one thing that he didn't deal with, or maybe two of them, and we'll get that in a moment with the scene with Alti and Jai and Ovif. So basically, for now, the most, like, the methods of ascension to godhood. Well, one of the most, like, stating the obvious, which doesn't help you that much in this situation. Well, how to be ascended to godhood? Well, kill a god in the first place. Find a god and like kill him. It doesn't. The book doesn't specify, and in some cases like says that it doesn't really matter if this god is, you know, like powerful deity living on astral plane or something, or it can be like local deity, you know, god of the river, the mountain, or something, if it exists like that. Other way. I need to think about them. Ascension to godhood. There was also a story of sorts, but the author, that it's not named, really specifies that it's very rare to happen. That sometimes fate, as in like, you know, capital letter fate, the personification of this, sometimes likes to choose like his agent or agents, and by that granting them deity like power. Although it didn't, like, this story was from many eons ago, and you get the feeling that it wasn't even in this world, in this universe, because some of the names were completely alien to you. Another, not really, because apart from Ascension to Godhood, I guess you might have also like just search for information like how to kill a god. Simple as that, because gods, some of the Jerka's gods are the problem. So this book also states, another book states something that rings a bell in your head, and as you were reading through it, you kind of realize that shit, we have a room that can be used to that, and it's even fucking called like greater servant summoning, because it states that somewhere outside of, you know, normal typical planes, there's a place where beings from different times and places like rest, or maybe arrive there after their